you're just plain scared.
Yes. Yeah, I am. I met him 15 years ago. I was told there was nothing left. No reason, no conscience, no understanding, and even the most rudimentary sense of life or death, of good or evil, right or wrong. I met this 6-year-old child with this blank, pale, emotionless face and the blackest eyes, the devil's eyes. I spent 8 years trying to reach him, and then another 7 trying to keep him locked up because I realized that what was living behind that boy's eyes was purely and simply evil.
What do we do?
He's been here once tonight. I think he'll come back. I'm gonna wait for him.
I still think I should notify the radio and television.
No. If you do that, they'll see him in every street corner. They'll look for him in every house. Just tell your men to keep their mouths shut and their eyes open.
Hey, what's up, horror fans, freaks, geeks, nerds, dweebs, turds, basement dwellers, and of course, mouth breathers. Welcome to the first ever R-rated horror commentary podcast on Halloween nights. And tonight's movie needs no introduction, so I'm just gonna go ahead and kick it off. I hope you guys have a fucking fantastic Halloween, and just know we're right there with you, enjoying the spooks, the ghosts, and the goblins. Yeah. Hey, what is up, all you R-rated listeners out there? Welcome to the podcast, Halloween Nights. I am here with my co-host. He's tall, pale, and handsome. Welcome to the show, Matt Wazell. What is up?
Hey, what's going on? I hope to, start tanning soon. Because, I just can't do the pale part. I'll do tall and goofy and ugly, but pale, I gotta knock that shit out. So, what's up, guys?
Dude, my girlfriend's Colombian. She gives me so much shit for my legs because they're so white. You know, they never see the sun because I never wear shorts, so she gets a kick out of it. So, hey, you're not alone in the lack of pigment / tanning troubles, I guess you would say.
You take your pants off and just smoke is where your legs should be.
Yeah, you know, just like a vampire. You go in the sun and your legs start smoking and turn to ashes. But we are watching Halloween from 1978, the original, and it is the...
That's not me knocking boots, I'm clapping.
That's right, we're watching it on the anniversary of its release, because it was released on the 25th of October, 1978. Dude, that is almost 40 years ago.
It's not when you're listening to this, listeners, but it's when we're recording it, which is kind of cool. I really like that.
Yeah, so I'm guessing you guys are putting this on probably on Halloween night, since that's when I'm going to upload it. And I would say this is probably one of the best horror movies ever, definitely in the Halloween genre. What do you think, man? Would you agree?
The best Halloween horror movie? Yeah, I absolutely would. This movie is almost perfect. I mean, there's only, maybe a couple moments that I think aren't perfect. But other than that, it's pretty much a flawless film. 100%.
It's so weird to go back and watch this one again and then think about, the other movies in the franchise are just so convoluted and poorly directed and complicated. And this is just a simple, straightforward idea. And groundbreaking for the time, but just simple, just the boogeyman versus the babysitter, set up. So,
yeah. Batman versus Superman. It's got nothing on this.
Right?
Boogeyman versus babysitter. We should rename this.
I know, right? I think that's actually how I'm. Go ahead, man. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say I'm ready to watch this. I got some popcorn here. If you just give me 1 second, I'm just going to add a little bit of this butter to it. Oh, fuck. God damn it. I just spilled fucking butter on my... God damn it. Well, I might have to do the rest of this with no pants on, if that's cool, because I got butter everywhere. Shit. I guess I got to eat my popcorn with no butter. Sorry. Go ahead.
Hey, pantsless...
I'll just robe here.
Don't even worry about it, man. Pantsless watching is totally acceptable.
Yeah, most of the time I am.
Are your legs glowing? Because
Yeah,
they're so
exactly.
pale?
Yeah, I can hardly see. It's like a fucking lighthouse.
Well, I got my cheap beers as usual, and I got my jack-o'-lantern lit to add some ambience, and we got it queued up at the a Compass International Pictures release logo, which is right when the music starts. It's like 2 seconds in. This is the regular theatrical release, not the TV cut, not the extended cut, just the regular theatrical release. And we're ready to go, so we'll just go ahead and count it down in 3, 2, 1, and play. Oh yeah.
Mustafa Akkad.
Again.
He's got a funny name. Classic jack-o'-lantern here. I think every horror fan has carved this jack-o'-lantern at some point.
Oh, absolutely, dude. I actually considered doing that one for my pumpkin this year, but I decided to go a little bit more creepy. I guess that is kind of a creepy jack-o'-lantern, though, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. I just love to point out that it's almost a thorn symbol in the nose.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
that's right.
there's a line coming down. It's like, oh my God, Thorn was there from the beginning.
I know, it's foreshadowing.
Yeah.
I've done that, too, so many times while carving a pumpkin. It's, where the knife just slips through. Mm-hmm. You go too far or whatever.
Oh, yeah.
So this movie just got beaten out by the new version of It, right? In terms of just how much money it's made.
Oh, really? I don't know anything about that.
I think this was like the top grossing horror movie for like a long, long time.
I believe it. Yeah, now, so when did you first see this? I saw this probably after part 2 came out. Both of these got aired on television a lot. And so that's definitely where I first came across this film. How about you?
Oh, yeah, man, just TV, I mean, because I was born in 77, so, it was just always on TV around Halloween at some point. And there was always like a TV cut where they scaled back a lot of the more, questionable. This movie's not gory or anything like that, but they definitely kind of round off the corners on it a little bit for TV. And so I'm sure I saw it. I mean, I just grew up with it on TV every Halloween, so I can't pinpoint an exact date, man, but I know it's just pretty much always been there.
Yeah, this movie's all about suspense. I mean, there is some horrific stuff in here, but it's mostly suspense.
Yeah, and it works
Classic
perfect.
POV. Yeah. Not necessarily the originator of the POV kill cam, but they do it well. And here's the quickest lay you'll ever see. If you time it when they go upstairs to when they come back down, this guy's wham and bam.
He's a one-pump chump.
Yeah. Hey, let's go upstairs.
I guess all these shots were done like at the end of the movie because they actually cleaned up the house or something, right? Like they wallpapered it and cleaned it and put all the furniture in there and stuff, like to do all these shots to make it look like.
I would think they would do it the other way around.
Well,
do these first and then trash the place.
I guess they got this was an actual house, and it was just an old decrepit building in Pasadena. And they got it for cheap, and it was run down on the inside, which is how you see it for a big part of the movie. And then at the last parts of the movie that they shot, they had the crew go in and clean everything up and paint it and make it look nice. And, so they could have these shots that are before where Michael kills his sister. Mm-hmm. So all this stuff was actually filmed at the end of production. Pretty cool, man. They really, put a lot of elbow grease into making this thing work for like $300,000.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, I forgot that's what the price tag was. I don't know. I mean, this movie's awesome, but if it's true, I guess they're just trying to throw you off. But if it's truly this little kid's POV, then the camera's way too high. It's like above light switches.
Oh, yeah, I never even thought about that, but you're right. It's like, yeah, and I know they use like Deborah Hill's hands in it, but that never really like was obvious to me that it was an adult's hand.
No, it's not. It's just, oh, he's done. Wow. And he's leaving. Like, what an ass. He's like, yeah, I gotta get some cigarettes.
He's gonna hook up with the guys and go fucking get some beers and.
Oh, no, I'm done. But she's cool with it because she has to comb her hair for hours.
That's right. Yeah, she seems pretty satisfied considering that, she had like a short
Nothing
experience, so to speak.
Yeah. Oh, struggling a bit to get up the stairs there. I love noticing the edit points. I mean, it doesn't take away from it, but like that's an edit point. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, I guess they did this
the
whole
technical aspect of that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they did the whole one long shot up the stairs and then one long shot down the stairs, I think.
Titties.
I guess Carpenter was saying. Yeah, this is the only shot we get any nudity in the whole movie, which is fine. It's not even really in your face. It's just kind of.
That's not true. PJ Souls.
Oh, that's right. No, you're right.
Takes her top off. See anything you like, bud?
Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah, I totally.
I love how he looks at his hand. That always kills me. Like, imagine if you're stabbing someone and then you just look up at your raised hand and keep stabbing as opposed to look to your target. I always find that humorous.
Yeah, I know. It's like, but I guess they had to do that as problem solving. It's just like, well, how we know he's got the knife unless we can see it clearly.
Oh yeah, exactly.
I always thought this was a weird shot where the parents are just like standing there, like.
Oh, it goes on forever, but I love it.
Michael? It is creepy because it's so still, but she just like puts her hands in her pockets and.
Yeah, it's like, so is there any meatloaf left?
Yeah. Is that barbecue sauce? What is that?
They're just so stunned. And it's a crane shot, which this is probably the only crane shot they had money for.
Yeah, probably, right? But it is a nice, effective shot. But I guess that house still exists. It's like they moved it down the street somehow. I guess someone bought that house to keep it from being demolished, and then this is like totally unrelated to the movie at all. It's just somebody wanted to preserve the house. They bought it. They actually lifted it up and moved it down the street around the corner, and put it on a new foundation. And I think it's like green now. If you look up photos of it on the web, it's like they painted it, and it's just like a little. I think you can take a tour of it or something, but. And I think where the house was is like condos or something.
So you say it wasn't a movie fan? It was just somebody who was like, I need this house specifically.
Well, I think they wanted to preserve it for it being like an old house, and they want to, like for historical value, keep the house from being torn down, because I guess they want to put condos there or something. When I watched this last night too, I noticed the green light in the car, and I always thought that was just from part 2 because it's so in your face, and like part 2 when they have that like the green obvious green light in the green light in the dashboard, but they have it in this movie too, I guess, huh?
It's those older cars, I think. It's just they were lit differently.
Maybe. Old school station wagon.
How about this nurse here? Chain smoking it up.
Oh, yeah. Hot. Yeah, she's pretty hot, man. I don't think nurses dress like that anymore. They're all just scrubs now.
Yeah.
I like the
old school.
I like the old school nurses. She's got like a Dracula cape on, though. It's like, I don't remember that being part of the uniform.
That's why she got into this business, to see blood.
Exactly. I guess he offered the Loomis role to Peter Cushing and to what's his name, Count Dooku, Christopher Lee. And they didn't want it, and I guess Donald Pleasance just went for it. for whatever reason.
Yeah, it's hard to imagine anybody but Pleasance. I mean, Lee would have been spectacular, I think, but he probably would have been more. I see him as being more over the top, and maybe I'm just thinking of specific movies he's been in, but I mean, you gotta love Pleasance.
I love that he stuck with it for the whole till the very end, man. You know.
Oh, he was balls deep, and he would go anywhere. He'd go to space if Michael went there.
That shot we just went by where they're all like kind of meandering around in the field in the rain and stuff. Like, that's probably one of the scariest shots in the movie. I think it's like the creepiest. You know.
Yeah,
I wouldn't want to be like
dead.
any. Yeah, wouldn't want to be anywhere near that.
Michael's like, I have to get out of here. If I have to rape this chick to do it, I will.
I like how the actor has like he had like a wrench taped to his arm here so he could smash the window.
Oh, really?
See it? Do you see the wrench?
Oh, I see it. Holy shit. I've never noticed that before. That's crazy.
Dude,
It's so
I've
funny
seen this
how
movie.
You just don't see it.
Yeah, and I just your mind just your mind just sort of blocks that out, I guess. But all the times I've seen this movie, never noticed it until I started like really looking at it for this commentary, and I was like, oh well, I'll be damned, there is a wrench there. Holy shit. She's like, well, good thing I got my cape on.
Yeah, that's fucking right. Simply and purely evil. I love to imagine every leaf was hand dropped.
Yeah. Got some guy standing right behind the camera, just dropping the leaves there, and out of a trash bag, probably.
Mm-hmm.
I guess that caddy right there is actually John Carpenter's car.
Oh, no shit.
Mm-hmm.
Carpenter.
John Carpenter. I think he was banging Deborah Hill at this point.
Yeah, I think they were together during this film. I'm pretty sure by a few years later they weren't, though.
Yeah. Strode.
This is the one shot of her parents, and they're never in the franchise ever again.
Yeah.
They're
So
off
that's
to some Halloween party.
Yeah, where were they all night?
Yeah, they were at a Halloween. It's like a dropped line in part 2, why they haven't made it back yet. I was just what did I do? I posted online or something the other day about how this new Halloween film, I think it's a direct sequel to part 1, which I'm excited about because they can totally erase this family connection. You know, because that's not here in part 1. But everybody just remembers it. Palm trees.
Yeah. Oops. Yeah, she's just a babysitter from across the street, and then I guess they had to come up with a script for part 2 because the slasher craze was taken off, and they were kind of forced into doing it, and so they just kind of sort of lazily threw that. It never really bothered me in 2, but afterwards, from 4 on, it just goes out of control.
When they really held on to it, it's like, oh my God, just let it go.
Okay, yeah, so you see the house. This is how it really was when they got it.
Oh, okay.
Got it for the movie, and then they cleaned it up post-haste at the end of the production to make it look like a lived in. But
I like to imagine that fucking drunk from part 6 chopping down the sign in the front. Enough of this Michael Myers bullshit.
Laurie's uncle, I think, right? That asshole?
Yeah.
The asshole dad?
The drunk uncle? Yeah. Mm-hmm. Even though that house looks nothing like it.
Yeah.
That house is in, Utah?
Yeah, right. Somewhere in Utah.
I love this song.
I wonder who they're going to get to. I mean, I've been trying to figure out, like, how they're going to continue the story with Jamie Lee in there, like, I mean, it has to be all those years later, right? Because if they're going to have it in present day, or are they going to maybe...
Yeah, so, I mean, she survived the night with Loomis, but he escaped and probably just never returned in this timeline, you know? Never returned, and, something happens for him to come back, I guess. She's probably traumatized still.
Yeah, the speculation's really heating up about what they're going to do with it, and there's been chatter about who they're going to cast as Loomis, and I'm like, well, are they even going to have him in the movie, the character of Sam Loomis?
I kind of hope they don't, because he would probably have passed on.
Yeah, I mean, he would be like over 100 or something in present day, you know?
I hope they drop it. I mean, that they don't have to hold so dear to certain things. They should, even though they're having Jamie Lee come back, they should take the opportunity to wipe the slate.
It was funny listening to her commentary on this movie. She did I think Carpenter, Deborah Hill, and Jamie Lee Curtis did a commentary, I think quite a while ago, probably over 10 years ago for this movie. She was talking about how terrible she thought she looked, like, because she has such a skinny face. Like, her words, not mine. Like, she was just, I guess, really insecure. This being her first movie and stuff, was insecure about, like, her performance and stuff. And, you know, she thought she was going to get fired and yada, yada, yada. But eventually, the Carpenter called her or something and said she was doing a great job. And, you know, I think she's always sort of, like, resentful that everybody made handfuls of cash off this movie, and she pretty much didn't, because she kind of has these undertones when she's talking about the movie that, oh, you know, well, everybody made, you know, tons of money off this movie, and it's like, well, yeah, but you got like a fucking movie career out of it, so.
Yeah, and that's also why she came back, if we're being honest. It's not for her love of the genre or the series. I mean, she came back because she knew it would be a cash grab.
Yeah, I mean, she did a few horror flicks after this one that were kind of copycats of this movie. You know, Prom Night.
Is good.
No.
Terror Train with David Copperfield.
I haven't seen that one yet. I have to check that out.
Oh, I almost just spoiled it for you, but yeah, David Copperfield is in it. So if you're a Magic fan, look out for that. It is cool in that it has the killer wears different masks, because it's I think it's New Year's Eve, so I don't know why he's wearing masks, but it's fun in that aspect.
Yeah, I think Carpenter or something.
This walk right here. Sorry, but when he's like fingering the gate and just is perfect. I mean, that stalking right there is he's not like Supernatural. He's not like zombie Dick Warlock in Part 2. He's very human like.
Yeah.
But
he actually
very, so stalkish. It's creepy.
Yeah, it's I guess like Nick Castle was just like hanging around the set to watch the movie get made, and there was something about his like walk, his gait, that Carpenter liked, and they just cast him in the role. And Carpenter just really liked the way he walked, and that landed him the role. I mean, he's the best Michael in my opinion, and Dick Warlock's not bad, but he doesn't really have the. I wonder why this.
He's not natural. He's too stiff.
I guess Nick Castle was doing some other shit when the Part 2 came around, so they couldn't get him back. But
yeah, that sucks. Yeah, serious question. How does he know how to drive? I mean, presumably he was there since he was, in the opening scene, he's 8? Something like that. I mean, I guess you can pick up driving, but he seemed really natural at it right there.
Yeah, it was all muscle memory. No, I don't know. I guess they say that they try to explain it away by saying that he was just, when he was in the car with Loomis, going back and forth to evaluations or whatever, sanity evaluations, I think they called it, that he just picked it up by looking at what he was doing. Yeah, sure, whatever. Yeah. I guess so. I guess that train going by was a happy accident. By the way.
Train in that shot? No train in this shot. Weird.
It's the shortest train ever.
Yeah, 2 cars. And then, yeah, this is where Michael gets his favorite type of outfit. Overalls, or whatever, coveralls. He'll come back to again and again.
It works. You gotta have the nondescript outfit.
Totally. Get your... Take a drink every time she says totally.
You ever look up the other mask that they were considering for Michael? I guess it was like a Emmett Kelly mask, which is like an old school like clown hobo mask with the big honking nose on it.
I just heard it was
face.
like a clown mask, and I just assumed it was kind of like what was in the opening scene. I never really looked it up.
Yeah, it's pretty creepy, but it's not. It definitely doesn't have the sort of deep psychological creepiness of the Shatner mask, you know?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the blankness is what's really frightening about it. Their conversation here cracks me up.
Yeah, I guess
it seems very natural.
Yeah, I guess that's all Deborah Hill, because apparently all the stuff with like Michael and the Evil and Loomis and all that was all like Carpenter's writing, and then all the girl stuff was really Deborah Hill. You know, she said she like really mined a lot of that shit from like her days as being a babysitter as, you know, a teenager and stuff. So I guess that's why it comes off as believable, you know, it's just from personal experience.
I always forget all my books. I know PJ Soul's lines here pretty good because when we did a Banana Wazer parody of this scene, I played her.
Oh, you had to memorize our lines?
Well, we altered the lines. Like, I was like talking about how I forgot my porno mags or something. And,
yeah.
And I think Dave was like, well, who cares? I got my laptop or something like that.
Oh man, I was watching the Skeleton Crew commentary for Alex Edwards' like 15-minute The Ghost of Michael Myers fan film short.
Yeah, classic.
Oh my god, dude. I was howling laughing. It was so funny, man. It's great.
Yeah, I've seen that thing about 10 times, and probably at least a couple with him. And yeah, it's very funny. The Doyles? You mean that Tommy Doyle from Part 6? I just can't stop thinking about the connections in the later sequels.
Yeah, Paul Rudd.
Paul Rudd?
Yeah, little Tommy Doyle grows up to be Paul Rudd. Who knew?
Yeah. Ant-Man?
I guess Haddonfield's like a real place somewhere out in New Jersey.
Oh, for real?
Where that's
I thought you were going to say Illinois. I was going to be like, holy shit, I'm making a road trip.
I guess Deborah Hill lived in Haddonfield, New Jersey, and so they just, you know, transplanted it to Illinois for whatever reason. Maybe they didn't want it to have it be like a real place.
Yeah, makes sense.
That's like one of the best shots of the movie right there.
Yeah, it's when you see him from afar and that mask is out of focus. It's like, wow, it's powerful.
Well, his stalking in this movie is always from a distance, which is more creepy because it makes it more like terrifying when he gets in close at the end. Whereas in the other movies later on, after part 3 or whatever, he's just always just around the corner, behind the next corner. Seems like he's just always around. Not as effective, I don't think, but. Man, I'm really excited to see this next installment, to go see it in the theater. And I just keeping my fingers crossed, man, that they really hone in on the essence of this one, You never know. We could get lucky.
I think it'll be more good than bad. I'll say that.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they can only go up from where they left it off, right? So.
What, Rob Zombie's Halloween 2?
Exactly.
Oh, man.
Doesn't really seem to be a lot of studio tampering going on with pre-production of it or anything, though. So.
Yeah. Yeah, I literally know nothing except for a few names who are working on it. Brackett. That's Sheriff Brackett to you.
Man, he looks like a real fucking asshole, too. So his daughter is the one that... He's the guy in the beginning of 2 that loses his shit when he finds out his daughter was killed, right? Same guy?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. He's only in the first part, real briefly. Yeah, same actor and everything. And he sees her blink her eyes when she's laying on that gurney.
Yeah. I guess it rained really quick.
Yeah. Yeah, continuity.
They did not film this in a linear way at all. I think they shot it in pieces and put it together. So, yeah, there's a lot of some continuity errors in it. They did it really fast,
Yeah.
So, but shit, you're never gonna notice unless you watch it like 100 times, like we have.
Yeah.
Unless you have a couple assholes like us pointing it out all the time.
Hey, that guy's holding a wrench. Oh, you fucking ruined the movie for me.
There goes your suspension of disbelief, motherfucker.
Yeah. Ooh, there's Annabelle. She has a Raggedy Ann doll, which is the OG Annabelle. Okay, now that I have a little problem with because she's looking out the window. Okay, it cuts to him. He's standing there. She's looking right at. Cuts back to her. She's looking at him. Cuts back to him. She's gone. He's gone. Cuts back to her. She hasn't moved.
Yeah, like she.
So did she? Did she see him walk away or what?
Yeah, he slipped into another dimension or something.
Yeah, bloop. It's your friend, the chewer.
I guess it was one of the producers or financial backers or something that actually suggested they make the movie take place on Halloween. Because originally, I guess it was just going to be like some random night of a babysitter getting stalked. And they're like, well, there's never been like a movie about Halloween before. Why not, add that into the mix? And
it's a great gimmick.
Oh, yeah, it would not be the same movie without it, man.
No. Yeah, no, it wouldn't be. I mean, it would still be great, but it wouldn't be the
icon
beast that icon. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Now there's a bunch of guys holding leaves in front of a fan.
Yeah. I like how everybody on this production was just like super young. They're all like 19, 20, 21 years old. A lot of friends, people involved in the production were just people I guess Carpenter had around them at the time.
Yeah, it's good. I mean, when you're young like that, you're willing to do anything for the greater good of the film. You're not old and tired.
You're not jaded.
Right. Trick or treat. I trick or treated throughout my youth, and I don't ever remember being out during daylight.
I remember, I guess it really depends on where you live, but some parents would take their kids out earlier because they didn't want to. I don't know. I mean, it really depends on maybe how old you are too, but they didn't want their kids out after dark. because they're worried or whatever. But man, I do miss the days of trick or treating. Man, that was like so much fun. I still remember the last time I went out trick or treating, and it was with my cousin. We were probably a little too old to be trick or treating, but we said, "Fuck it, last chance, we'll do it anyway." We were like right on the cusp.
Yes. It's like 5 years ago. Judith Myers. I love he tells this story about this guy who killed his family, but Loomis ain't having it.
He's like totally just tuning them out right now.
Charlie Bowles. He's like, he's just like, dude, I don't fucking care. Where's this tombstone?
It's a shitty ass fucking graveyard, man.
Yeah, this guy's supposed to maintain it? Come on, dude.
Guess they don't have money for a fucking lawnmower or something.
Loomis cuts him off at the best part, like at the kill part. This was an element that I always forgot growing up. I mean, I remember it now because it comes back later, but I just never remembered that he stole the tombstone and then put it behind PJ Souls after he kills her.
That's a great shot too. It looks great, but it's like, man, how the fuck did he get a tombstone to the station wagon? And, you know, it's like Michael apparently does have superhuman strength.
Mm-hmm. It's all that dog meat he's eating gives him superhuman strength. Yeah, just imagine it's in the back of that car right now.
Yeah, right. Passing a tube.
Yeah. Don't you know that shit will get you killed?
Gateway drug.
Yeah, gateway to death. Gateway to popcorn without butter. Way to go, Annie.
Oh, shit.
Oh, you had plenty of time to stop and turn around, I think. She didn't have to drive all the way to the stop sign. She could have just drove by right now. She doesn't have to pull up. Come on, I would have just drove off. Like, Dad, I thought you were busy, so.
Fucking car reeks of pot and shit.
Yeah, they had the windows up. Of course he can smell it.
He's not a very good cop if he can't smell a little bit of fucking weed coming out of the car. Man, I love the interior of that car, man. It's like all red and just fucking pimping.
Mm-hmm.
They don't make them like that anymore.
No. Bracket. I would have loved it if Lori just went like, I'm high, instead of saying bye. She's like, oh my God, I just told him I'm high. Oh my God, oh my God.
You think they would have been acting a little bit paranoid at least?
Yeah, they kept it cool. I like seeing the Smiths Grove car drive right past Loomis, and he's just oblivious. Like, dude, turn around. He's even wearing a stupid mask. It's like obvious. Fucking Loomis. He's like, I'm just gonna go away at the house for the entire movie.
Yeah, he's just hanging out in the bushes.
Yeah.
Did you have a haunted house, quote unquote, in the neighborhood that you grew up in?
No, never did. And now that you mention it, I'm kind of pissed.
I never had one either. We moved around a lot as a kid, but when I was in Louisville, I grew up in Louisville, Kentucky, we had the Waverly Hills Sanitarium, this old abandoned sanitarium. Yeah.
Really?
Oh yeah.
Cool.
It was. We went in there. I went in there one time, man. It was It was fucked up. It's supposed to be like one of the most haunted places in the United States. And, it's like maybe 10 minutes outside of town or something. And you had to sneak, park way down the street and then walk your way in and find an open door and all that shit. And I admit, man, it was fucking creepy as fuck.
Yeah, that's crazy. I'd broken into some empty houses and stuff, but I never, not a ex-sanitarium. Stalking, my name's Michael. I'm gonna keep on stalking.
Think he's like jamming the radio at all? Like,
Yeah, what does Michael listen to? Like, fuck, I've been locked up for so long. Let me see here. He puts on and it's the Carpenters. He's like, shit.
yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty good right there of establishing that these houses are just right across the street from each other. Never really thought about that before, but yeah. Because, I mean, we're going to pretty much stay here the rest of the film.
Yeah.
Really. See, yeah, I just don't get Michael. His whole deal. Because it's like, I thought at first his infatuation was with Lori because she was at the house first. But now he's just like anybody that Lori's with. I just don't know his motivation.
I don't
It's
think
pure evil. That's his motivation.
exactly. I don't think they thought it out that far in advance.
No. All right,
just
Sheriff, I'm just
back
gonna hold
home
up
in the-
here. I got my coffee, and I'm gonna be in the bushes. So, I find it hard to believe that nobody moved in there because there's people that just don't give a. If a murder happens in a house, they're like, I don't care. They don't live here now. You can probably get that house mega cheap.
Oh yeah, it's a pretty cool house. But I guess
Yeah,
this,
there's nothing
all
wrong
these
with it.
interiors and shit, all these interiors and shit are like authentically. They were just like that, like
Oh, it was just this dilapidated?
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, back in the.
Fresh dog meat.
Oh yeah, I always forget about the dog being there. He's got to get his protein going for all the murdering he's going to be doing later.
I gotta fuel up. I gotta protein up. He's
Yeah,
like, shit,
it-
I forgot to stretch.
Carrying that tombstone took a lot of energy out of him, man.
Did you hear the Nine Inch Nails remix of the Halloween themes or whatever?
I did. I liked it. It was interesting, but yeah, whatever. It's it wasn't like life changing or anything. It was an interesting take on it, but
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. I mean, I still like Trent Reznor and all he does, soundtrack wise and otherwise. So maybe I'm more prone to liking it, but I really enjoyed it.
it's curious to.
I bought it off iTunes for $1. So
Yeah, it's cool. I mean, I'm always down to hear somebody of his stature do a take on it, but just curious why he did that. Just because it was holiday season or Halloween season.
yeah, it's probably a fan and just like for fun, like let me do something for fun.
It just occurred to me maybe it was a tease that maybe he'll be announced to do the music for the new movie next year.
Oh my god. You are probably fucking right on the money, dude.
Yeah. Oh, it makes sense, right?
You're probably right on the money.
'Cause,
Yeah.
I mean,
the way he's doing soundtracks.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Because, yeah, I mean...
Oh my God, you're blowing my mind.
Why would somebody who is as busy as Trent Reznor is decide just to randomly do a Halloween soundtrack,
Wow. Yeah, now I'm stoked. No, I mean, I was stoked before, but I just hadn't thought about that.
But that would be fucking great if he did. all the music for it. I think they actually read that Carpenter is going to be involved with the music somehow too, but who knows, man? I think there's a lot of speculations going around.
Here's his Blackest Eyes speech.
Yeah, apparently Carpenter encountered a young kid Michael's age when he was younger. That actually, this is like from memory, like this whole speech. Like he actually met a little kid that had these like dark, soulless eyes, and it creeped him out. And he remembered it, and that's why he wrote it into the movie. Part of the inspiration for Michael, I guess.
That's creepy.
Yeah, I definitely recommend checking out their commentary for this. It's really, really good.
So this is Tommy Doyle, right?
Yep.
Yeah, Tommy. Yeah.
Tommy the astronaut.
Yeah. Laser Man, you can't be reading this trash. Tarantula Man. I love old comics. It's like something man. Like, I don't know, Couch Man? Sure.
Cockroach? No. Fly? No. Spider? Spider-Man. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, perfect.
It's a good thing his dad's not Tom Atkins, or else he'd get an ass whooping.
Yeah, no shit. There's a place for this garbage. The garbage. Something like that. I can't remember what he says. I got some garbage to take out.
I guess all the wardrobe in this movie was just their own clothes because they had no budget.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure that's just what they brought. Yeah. She
those,
spilled
like-
butter on her real pants.
God damn it, the butter.
Ben Tramer, he won't be alive tomorrow night.
Yeah, he gets hit by the... What? He gets hit by a
Cop
car.
car.
Yeah, the cop car. The out-of-control cop car, like, crashes and explodes, right?
And what's funny is that his friends are talking to the cops, and they're talking about how drunk he is. And so Annie was just talking to an extremely drunk Ben Tramer. And so, of course, he was excited about going to the dance. It's like, oh, yeah, I love dances. Who? Laurie Strode.
Drunk and horny.
Mm-hmm. There's no boogeyman, Tommy. It's just a man in black, okay? Just a guy with a cowboy hat and spurs on for some reason, pointed cowboy boots. There's no boogeyman.
God, those are like the most unflattering khakis I've ever seen on a chick.
Yeah. Stupid butter. Oh, I know the feeling.
Better take them off, God damn it.
I like how unresponsive she is. Just nothing. Yeah, Annie's my chick.
I think she's cute.
Oh, yeah, she's mine for straight up. Oh, fuck. He got too excited. What was he doing, leaning on that?
He's like, I gotta go do something real quick.
Yeah. Gotta go rub one out.
He's got some.
Uh-oh. Time to kill another dog. Say again. I dare you.
Fuck that shit
Oh,
up.
poor doggy. Yeah, we were just thinking about Michael jerking off, but he probably, I mean, since he, like, killing is his jerking off, right? He probably doesn't even think about that shit.
Yeah, he likes to penetrate, but with a butcher knife, you know.
Oh, so I heard a bit of trivia. Obviously, Carpenter went on to remake The Thing from Another World or whatever it's called. But I heard trivia that the studio approached him. It wasn't like a passion project that he wanted to do, which I thought was strange because it's in this movie. So I thought it was like this crazy movie that he wanted to do. So he, made it happen. But no, the studio was wanting to make it happen, and they approached him.
Oh, really? I didn't know. That makes sense, I guess. Maybe he planted the idea here, but it's so fucking good, man. The Carpenter's fucking The Thing is just fantastic. We did a commentary for that over the R-rated horror or R-rated sci-fi channel. And we thoroughly enjoyed that one for sure. The remake's not bad, but the original, you can't touch it. The original remake, I should say.
The one that came out just a few years ago, The Thing.
Yeah, they remade it again, and it's not bad, but it's just not, it's not as good as Carpenter's, I don't think. I actually need to go back and watch the original The Thing. I haven't seen it in a long time.
I've never seen it, and I don't know if I want to, really. I know it's totally different from
it's worth checking
the Carpenter. Yeah.
It's just kind of like when you go and you watch like The Fly, and the Goldblum one is obviously like the one that you like the best, but it's actually you go back and watch the original The Fly, and it's just kind of like a classic in its own right. Different movie, totally, but pretty cool. Or like House of Wax is another one too.
Yeah, I have seen that. Yeah, it's like he can kill her at any moment here. She's alone. He wants to kill her. But he waits and waits and waits and waits and waits.
I think he's maybe...
Which is great for a viewer.
Yeah.
It's great to build all the suspense.
I think he's toying with her.
I'm just trying to figure out his motivations. It's like, just kill her. What the fuck?
He's just enjoying the moment. He's doing what he does best, stalking and killing.
He's rubbing his hands together. Oh, man, this is gonna be so great.
Exactly. He's waiting for the perfect moment.
Oh, man. Just when you think I'm not even here anymore, I strike.
Mm-hmm.
It's my dick for tonight.
Got a nice little butt shot coming up here.
Oh, yeah, when she's trying to climb through the window.
Yeah, I guess they had to take that out for the TV cut, obviously.
Yeah, that TV cut added some weird shit, too. And they added the fact that she's the sister in the original on the TV cut.
Yeah, right? Yeah, guys, go check out Eric over at the Death Twitch. He did a great commentary for the TV cut. Good luck finding a copy of it, though.
If you have the box set, it's on there.
Yeah, I still need to get that, man. That's definitely a hole in my collection.
Well, I have the 15 discs. I don't know if it's on the 10 disc, so it has both TV cuts for 1 and 2.
So what exactly is the difference between the 10 and the 15? Like, what do you get in the 15 that you don't get in the 10? Bonus material and shit like that, or?
Yeah, like I think the TV cuts is one of them. And Lindsay.
Probably like interviews.
I think the producer's cut, the producer. Well, yeah, all that shit's there, and I think you can get that in the 10 disc set too. But I think it's like the producer's cut isn't there. I don't know. I don't know the differences, but I looked it up when I first bought this thing, but beyond that, I can't remember.
Yeah, I'll have to put it on my Christmas wish list or something. Yeah, dude, he's just like popping in and out left and right.
Yeah, so
Here I
many
am.
opportunities. It's like, not yet. Just wait for it. Wait for it. When he's off screen, he's sharpening his knife. Turn off the lights. Because you're an idiot, Lindsay. She's really interested in the thing from another world. I find that hard to believe. 7-year-old girl.
Yeah. Probably not. Well, maybe in that era, like a 7-year-old boy, maybe. But, yeah. She'd probably be watching, like, Charlie's Angels or some shit.
That sting right there when he gets up is shocking. Tommy Doyle's like, hey, you brought popcorn. Awesome. Does it have butter? No. What happened?
It's all over my crotch right now.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, baby.
What a crotch.
Making me hungry. She's doing all the work. She's like, yeah, this hole will fit my dick.
Just the right size.
Yeah,
nice and
gigantic. Or she's gonna fist it. Terrible.
It's funny, dude. I had to teach my girlfriend how to carve a pumpkin because she's not
really?
from the United States. Yeah, so she'd never carved one before. So.
Like it's not even indigenous to where she's from, probably.
Nope. Halloween's not a thing over in Amsterdam, so I'm trying to teach her all about the ways of Halloween. And we carved a pumpkin together, and you know.
Well, what's the verdict? Did she like it?
No, she's not into it, man. I'm like, oh, come on, how can you not enjoy it? It's like that and like cracking a lobster, you know, like all that kind of stuff is like for her is just like just extra work, you know. Like you have to get into the mood, the vibe of it, you know. You got to put on a scary movie. You got to, you know, come up with a cool design, you know. It's just we have all these like nostalgic memories attached to it and stuff, and so for us, it's like reliving the memories and enjoying the tradition, and it's interesting to see it through her eyes. It's just like struggling with this
completely
like
foreign thing. It's like it's gross on the inside. It's slimy and stringy.
Why am I carving up
You
this?
gotta think about the end results.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Why am I carving up this giant gourd when I, you know?
Yeah.
What is she singing here?
I don't know. It sounded like she said, "Oh, Holly." Oh, she's singing a song to Paul, I think.
Oh. The steamy windows, man. Oh, you know one thing about this movie that's a little bit goofy is like the death faces are always really bad. Like that's back when I guess everybody thought like crossing your eyes meant that you were dying or dead. It just looks retarded.
Yeah. And that breathing through the mask is awesome.
Yeah.
Wait, did he stab her right there?
I guess.
Is that what, oh, yeah, here's where she crosses the eyes. Yeah.
I guess he got her in the neck or something, but
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, I guess the breathing is just adds to the creepiness of it and kind of gives him a voice, at least a little bit, you know? Gives him a presence. They got the fancy color TV over this house.
Yeah, no, I was just going to say, is that Leslie Nielsen? Is he in that movie?
Yeah, yep.
Huh, no shit.
Oh, they got a Howard the Duck fucking
getting-
comic book.
Yeah, that's awesome. Can't wait till George Lucas ruins this franchise.
I was going to say, did he watch this movie and get inspired to do Howard the Duck?
Yeah.
Nothing like a movie about a duck banging Lorraine from fucking Back to the Future.
Yeah. Yeah. She just wants to fuck her son. The duck wants to fuck her. Oh, you looked right at him. Come on.
That's like the laziest hide and seek game ever.
Yeah.
Great shot here. Love this one a lot. What would you do if you looked out the window and you saw some shit like that going on across the street?
I would say, well, I guess somebody's getting laid tonight. Probably shit my pants and turn off all my lights and wonder for hours if I should be calling 911. Should I call someone? What should I do?
Is this a Halloween prank? What the hell's going on?
I'll just sit here in fear for the rest of my life.
What the hell is she wearing, man? Is that an outfit?
She got her.
It's an
her
apron.
smock.
Oh, it's an apron. Okay.
Yes. Yeah. And, that pumpkin business, that's messy. These kids suck. They're not even helping with the pumpkin. Come on.
Guess they're not into carving pumpkins either, man. Did they already go out trick-or-treating or no?
They never did. At least not in the movie.
Yeah.
They probably went in the afternoon, I guess.
You think if they had gone, they would have been eating candy at this point.
Yeah, you're right.
Hey, did your parents
It's a
do the thing
mistake.
where they check all the candy and all that? Like the...
Oh,
Or the,
God, no.
For the razor blades and the Quaaludes or whatever
No.
parents thought was in the candy?
That actually never happened, I don't think. Razor blades and the
Yeah.
apple or whatever.
It's
That's
like-
an urban legend.
Yeah. They did throw it into the part 2, I think, though. Isn't there like a kid with a razor blade and stuff?
Oh, yeah. It looks grotesque, too. It's like, oh, my God.
Another scene they left out of the TV cut.
Yeah, I remember that. Parking, getting high. His presence, his delivery, he's so soft and subtle in this first movie.
Yeah.
I mean, he gets a little more animated later, but you think about the part 5, for instance, he's like on going 60 miles an hour the whole time.
Yeah, he's like super hyper in the later movies and stuff. And I don't know. I mean, I don't know if that was the directors or if that was just him trying to ratchet shit up in every sequel that he was in, you know? Yeah, that was one thing that I think the H2O and the Resurrection. I mean, you definitely miss the Loomis, vibe in those movies. He does something to to these movies that anchors them. It gives them a sort of. Is it like maybe the point where you can kind of, I don't know, relate to, or as a normal person or whatever, because you're not like the killer, you're not the victim, but you can be like, you can understand where Loomis is coming from, or
Yeah. I mean, I think it's just because of his Pleasant's great performance, really. Why is he talking about ripping Lindsay's clothes off?
because he's a
Fucking weirdo.
because he's a horny pervert in a van, dude.
Yeah.
I wonder. He's probably got a beanbag in the back of his van that he bangs chicks on. It's the shaggin' wagon.
Jesus. Yeah. Dude, you left the door open. Totally.
He's like, fuck that door. I'm gonna get me some PJ Souls,
Yeah.
some Rock and Roll High School. I like the shot coming up where she trips over the camera dolly. Like, you'll see in a minute. They're like,
really?
Yeah, they're like making out on the couch, and then they get up to go upstairs and fuck, and like she trips over the camera dolly on the floor. Oh man, the old school pull tab beer cans, man.
Yeah, no shit. Well, now they have those. There's like some hipster beers that have those again, except you take off the entire top. I don't know if you've come across those.
Oh, you peel back the whole.
It's not like
a lid. It's like a lid almost.
Pretty much. Well, it's just like the drink hole from those cans, except times 5. It's like gigantic.
I've
Yeah.
never seen that. I should check one out. See if they're any good.
Yeah, I've seen it on some. I can't remember the company, but when I was opening it, I was like, "Well, this is very hipsterish."
I like how Coors brought back the old school stubbles, the little stubble bottles. They call it the Coors Banquet or whatever. Those are pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
Coors Light. Man, there's some fucking ugly ass drapes.
Yeah. That's a sweet ass candelabra, though.
Oh, the 70s.
Totally.
Totes. Is she still doing movies? PJ Souls? Is she still around?
Oh, I don't have any idea. No clue.
Oh, wait. Okay, here comes the shot where she trips. See it? It's just one hiccup of a second.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, she covers it up well. Let's go fuck in these people's bed that we don't even know.
And the parents, while the parents are at the Halloween party, they're jizzing.
That actually happened to me in high school. Parents were out of town at the chick's place, and this was my girlfriend at the time, but they were going to be gone all night, supposedly, and they came home and were in their bed.
Oh, no. Are you serious?
Oh, my God. And we didn't know it until they knocked on the bedroom door. It's not like we heard them coming.
Oh, no.
Before that, yeah, it was awkward.
So was there like an angry dad like busting in through the door, or were they nice about it? And like,
No, they were nice. They're just like, hey, we're home. And so we freaked out. And fortunately, her parents were really cool and understanding and we never really talked about it. So
they didn't press charges with the other parents. Like,
no,
we got Matt over here, and he was balls deep in his girlfriend in our bed. And is this how you raise your kids? Dude, a similar story. When I was in college, my first like real girlfriend. We went to go visit her parents in Colorado, and they had like a big house and stuff out there. And her dad's like this big burly biker guy. Well, not really a biker, weekend warrior type. Anyway, but he was just like, yeah, your bedroom's all the way down here at the other end of the hall, and he kind of like gave me a look, and I know what that meant, right? So in the middle of the night, I hear a tap on my door. It's my girlfriend inviting me to come down to her bedroom and fool around. And I was like, what are you gonna do? Say no? So so we go down there and fool around, and one thing leads to another, and I fall asleep, and then I wake up to her father tapping me on my forehead while I'm like laying there, like
Oof.
pretty much naked, spooning her and shit. And this is like the first time I met him too. So I was busted. And luckily, like her parents are like really cool liberal types and stuff. And he gave me a little bit of shit. I mean, I could tell he was like kind of looking at me out of the corner of his eye a little bit more than probably, than usual. But I felt so bad, man. I broke the rule, like right off the bat. But by that time, like we'd already been. Yeah, we'd already been like living together and stuff, so they liked me and they were cool with it. But it did scare the shit out of me for a minute. I was like, busted.
Oh my god, hell yeah, Jesus! Like, I'm not supposed to be here.
Where am I? What's going on?
Yeah. Oh my god, I just have amnesia.
Just blame it on her.
How I got here?
I think they know their daughter. They knew their daughter. I'm pretty sure they knew she had something to do with it. So this is like a classic Halloween kill here. Like,
oh yeah,
totally defying the logistics of physics, but still a creepy kill.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm like surprised they didn't even just add a couple drops of blood on his feet or on the floor or something, but. I don't even.
No,
there isn't.
Didn't overdo it at all.
They didn't add any blood into this movie, except for like on the knife in the beginning. There's really no blood in this movie.
Yeah, she had blood on her when she collapsed in the beginning, and on the knife. And yeah, I was just thinking, well, Michael bleeds from the eyes when he gets shot, but that's the sequel.
Dude, that knife would be just sticking into the refrigerator by like just the like little bit of the tip.
Yeah, that knife is not that big. Yeah, exactly. I always felt like after watching this 30 times, and loving this part, now I don't give a shit. But for a while, I was like, why would Michael do this? It makes no sense. He's already wearing a mask. Like, why put on another one over it?
It doesn't follow in his character as the franchise goes on at all. But I think what they did was Carpenter and Hill sat down and they kind of like wrote out all these ideas of like creepy things, creepy kills they could put in the movie. And I don't think they're really thinking about his character a whole lot. And it's just like an idea they threw in the movie. But it doesn't really make sense in terms of Michael. Yeah, like why would he bother to do this? Poke holes in a sheet. I mean, really? I don't know. I just always thought maybe he was just like reliving a childhood Halloween thing or something, Yeah,
it could be. Yeah, like he saw his mom be raped whenever he was wearing this costume. Oh, memories. But it looks creepy as hell. So
it is.
I mean, it's just as creepy as the Shatner mask. This is going nowhere. Totally. And I've tried to strangle chicks with a telephone cord, and it is hard. You got to get something a little more sustainable.
Yeah, dude, you got to go for the piano wire at least.
Yeah. Now, she's like concerned for a second. Annie, or is her name Annie? Now I'm confused.
Lori? You mean Lori?
Yeah. No, that chick who just died. PJ Souls. What's her name?
Ah, shit. I can't remember.
Anyways, so she's like concerned, but if this were real life, you'd just be like, why did you call me while you're having sex? Please stop doing this shit. Hang up.
I think the idea is that she's not really sure if it's a Halloween prank or not, so she's just confused, but there's something about it she senses is off. Maybe she just thinks
some intuition.
Yeah, Linda is her name. Well, Linda, I think she thinks that maybe Linda's like playing a prank on her or something. And
back in the high life again.
Dude, I was at the liquor store the other day and I saw that 32-ounce can of fucking High Life. And I was like, oh,
Yeah.
that's a, yeah.
They do exist. Yeah, it's like,
Yeah.
fuck. As big as my foot.
Like a fucking oil can.
Guaranteed to be warm when you're at the bottom.
It's like, how long do I have to stand by this fucking bush for? He's getting antsy and shit. He's like, maybe I should hit a McDonald's real quick. I'm hungry. Come back.
But here's the best part. Turns around like, oh shit, he is here. Like, dude, that car has to have been there the entire time.
He's just standing there daydreaming for like a half an hour. The whole time the fucking thing's been sitting there. Mm-hmm. I mean, I like the character Loomis, but let's be honest, he sucks at his job because the dude is always showing up after the fact. Shit happens. Like, he's not very astute. He's tries so hard, but he never makes it there when he needs to be there, you know?
I want to see some of his other patients because how many years did it take him before he was like, this kid is pure evil? And really, should a doctor be saying anyone is pure evil?
Yeah, right.
You know, you should be constantly trying to rehabilitate him. You know,
yeah. His
does he actually get through to any of his patients?
Exactly. His what if he just says that about all of his patients? Not it's like Michael's not the only one. His
Pure
practices
evil, pure evil.
His practices are questionable.
Dr.
got like
Loomis, you have another appointment at 3:00. No, it's pure evil. Just mark it as pure evil. It's fine.
He's got like an open investigation against him and shit. They should do a prequel called Loomis where they just go into his, like, you know,
His shitty practice.
yeah, go into his like fucked up psychology and shit.
I don't know what's wrong. I'm just getting all of these patients that are pure evil.
What?
All of them, 100%.
What if it was Loomis that drove Michael to become this evil killer? Because he's like negligent in his abilities to treat patients.
Like, yeah, he could have been reformed. It was a one-time deal with the sister. Could have been reformed. He pressed it, and now he wants to kill everybody.
Poor Michael's just sitting there going, why does he keep calling me pure evil all the time?
Right. It's like, dude, I thought I was okay. I mean, yeah, I killed my sister, but fuck, I don't think I was fucking the spawn of Satan.
She's all casual.
Yep.
Dude, I would be on pretty much on edge here if I felt like something shady was going down. I wouldn't just be like fucking sauntering around whistling Dixie.
I'd be calling Brackett. And he'd be like, Lori, are you stoned again? Nothing is going on. She's like, I'm not stoned.
No, maybe that's...
You literally said to me earlier, I'm high, as opposed to bi.
Maybe that's why she's so chill, is because she fucking baked off her ass right now.
Yeah.
She's like, why did I come over here again?
Oh, yeah, do laundry. Isn't it weird that the laundry room is, like, in the backyard? It's kind of weird,
It's
right?
a little inconvenient, you'd think.
Yeah. Is that a practice that they do in California or something?
I guess.
I don't know. I mean, Illinois? Sorry, this is totally...
These rich fuckers can't afford to have laundry in-house. Maybe they haven't gotten around to finishing off their basement yet. These are interesting fan theories we're coming up with here. Exciting stuff. Curtains and washers and dryers and... I'm getting sucked into the movie, man. Shit's getting real.
Yeah. This is where we're getting into the final chase.
Dude, I watched this movie twice last night, and I'm still getting into it.
Oh my God. Jesus. Really?
Yeah, well, I watched it with the director's commentary, and then I just watched it, and then just to get refreshed on it, and plus, if you count the TV cut I watched not too long ago, probably like 3 times in the last week. It's just a fucking movie that sucks you in, man. Yeah.
It's good. It's well paced. You know? I mean, I think younger people now would say it's slow, but I think it moves, man.
Yeah.
I mean, it's never like a dull scene.
It's a quick hour and a half, man. It really is.
Yeah.
I really like the way
if
that
things are slow, it's just because they're building suspense.
Yeah.
Which is good.
Yeah. I like a lot of the Steadicam stuff that Carpenter does in it. I think it just kind of gives it like a it kind of puts you into the space that maybe Michael would be in, you know, like sauntering around the house, walking around the house, you know. See, that's a great shot, dude, with the pumpkin and the, you know, the way she's displayed out on the bed.
Decorate my bedroom like that.
Yeah, I'm sure your fiance wouldn't mind at all.
She'd probably be into it.
Freaky.
Yeah. I'll put on a ghost sheet with glasses. That'd be great.
My girlfriend would probably just call me a nerd and walk out of the room.
Yeah. You need to clean this shit up.
Then go home and like rethink things.
Yeah. Yeah, this is another small thing I never really liked. Is like what's making these bodies fall and the door open just now.
Yeah, I remember.
Reveal a body.
I think I mentioned in like the dimmer switch, the famous dimmer switch shot. But anyway, like I think I mentioned it in the last. I think when we did Halloween 6 Producer's Cut, mentioned that like, you know, does he really go through all these like elaborate setups and shit? And I think Eric said that, yeah, he does. If you think about this movie, I'm like, oh yeah, he does have like bodies sort of displayed out, you know, falling down from the ceiling, nailed to the fucking refrigerator, you know, like the tombstone and all that. So yeah, I guess he is a little fucking sadistic in that way, but it doesn't come off as like hacky or something like, you know, like it sometimes does in horror flicks, like Forced or whatever, you know.
Yeah, no, it's fine because it's only like 2 things. It's not like on the later Fridays when it's like 4, you know, 4 bodies that I run across.
Oh shit!
Yeah, he just punched that door. I mean, and I'm looking at a door, right? Can I punch through this door? Like, I don't know. It depends on how motivated I was. I don't know why. I just love Jamie Lee's squealing right here. I don't.
Yeah, see, that's what I'm talking about. Like,
I've seen it so much. I just love it.
Her panic and, you know, screaming and shit. It's not grating like the chick from the Rob Zombie movies. I can't think of her name. You know what I mean? Like she screams like constantly, and it's just like grating on your ears, and you're just like, you want to like turn the volume down. Like she doesn't really have that effect. I mean, for her first movie, dude, this is some good acting. You know, she does a pretty good job.
Yeah, she's good. It's in her blood.
Yeah, her mom was the woman from Psycho. What's her name?
Janet Leigh.
Janet Leigh, yeah, Janet Leigh. The Scream Queen blood is flowing through the veins.
Tommy, it's me.
This fucking kid.
Fuck your plant.
He's up there like playing with his pecker and shit. She's down there like
Yeah.
About to get
Who is
slaughtered.
it? Tommy, it's the fucking boogeyman. Open the fucking door.
Man, I want that panther statue right there. It's pretty sweet.
I thought it was cringe or whatever it was.
Cringer. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a sweet thrift store find right there.
Mm-hmm. So what, he cut the phone line too? This guy's smart.
Yeah, apparently he's an electrician too.
Well, and in part 4, he takes out the whole city by throwing a guy on some power lines.
I guess people give Jamie Lee Curtis a lot of shit for tossing the knife,
Oh, right. Yeah, of course.
which she
But
does
she's
twice.
freaked out. Wait, how did he get inside?
Yeah, that's a good question. How did he get behind the fucking
Never
couch?
thought about that until this moment.
Yeah, he let himself in through a basement window and ran upstairs real fast. Got behind the couch and crouched down, I guess. I don't know.
There's a hidden hatch goes to the basement.
I'm thinking
He's like,
about
"Oh, I don't
Scream.
feel so good."
Or what is it? Scary Movie, you know, where fucking the killer's like running around hiding behind the drapes, and he gets underneath like the fucking the rug, and he's trying to hide.
Right. His feet are sticking out. Yeah.
Yeah. Why'd you throw the knife away?
She's like, "Well, it's over," because she doesn't live inside of a movie. You know, it's like this is real life to me, guys. I know you are watching a movie right now, but now he's just aimlessly wandering the street.
Yeah,
His car was there, so he's bound to be somewhere, right?
I was just going for a walk. There's the green light again. He's got the 6-pack of reagent on the dashboard.
Yeah.
I think both those movies just had anniversaries. I think. Well, I'm thinking of Reanimator and From Beyond. I think just hit milestones.
Oh.
I guess we do get a little bit of blood with
It's the boogeyman.
the slash on the arm, but it's just like fucking like red paint, like just dribbled down her arm. Like,
Yeah, it's not
yeah.
much.
This movie is not about the gore effects.
No. You can't kill the boogeyman. The kid said it.
Evil never dies.
Yeah.
Dude, I always thought it was funny how, like, Michael's just, like, trying to get into this fucking closet. Like, dude, how hard...
He just punched through a door a second ago.
Yeah, exactly. Like, dude, it's the most flimsy fucking closet door ever, and he's, like, really struggling with it until he finally just bashes through it.
Yeah, he also didn't fall for a second for her little trick. She, like, opened the patio door. It's like, no, you're in here.
Nice try. Hey, is anybody in here? Hey.
Yeah,
Wiggle, wiggle.
like, dude, I could blow that door down. You just punched through a door, like a real door.
I
What
know. Great shot, though, when he comes through and the light comes on. Love that.
Oh, yeah, it looks great.
All the blue lighting apparently
Like-
was like really was something they kind of designed for the movie. They really wanted to have like an extra eerie. The blue lighting is not like a mistake. Like they really purposely made that part of the backdrop of the movie to give it kind of a creepy feel. She's like, here's a fucking coat hanger in your eye. How about that?
Well, now Michael dropped a knife. Everybody's dropping knives. Stab. You know, he takes a beating. I mean, he's pretty fucked up right now, and then he gets shot 6 times here in a second. Keeps on going.
I wonder if somebody's like totaled all the wounds that Michael's taken over the course of the franchise, like a list, you know, like stab wound here. You got a needle. You have a
Like a coroner's
knitting needle
report. Yeah. Cool.
knitting needle to the neck. You got a coat hanger to the eyeball. Part 2, you get shot in the face, in the eyes. You get burned, or you get decapitated.
In part 8, he gets poked on the head by Busta Rhymes.
Yeah, right.
It's like, run out of the house.
You wouldn't have to fucking
There's
tell
a dead body over there.
Dude, these kids would be fucking hysterical, dude. I would be beside myself if I was like that age. And dude, I you know, when I was that young, I would get terrified at like a fucking thunderstorm. You know, like these kids would be hysterical. Like they're perfectly calm.
Mm-hmm.
They've just been reading comic books in the bedroom the whole time.
It's just a boogie, man.
Great shot. Iconic shot.
Oh, yeah. Now they're freaking out. And Loomis finally gets to do something. Oh, my God.
Fucking Loomis, man. He's always
literally nothing this whole movie.
Exactly. He's always on his own timeline. He's just like the biggest coward. He's just afraid to show up. Is it over yet?
When do I get to shoot him 6 times?
Oh, I know. I never really cared for the reveal here, man. I don't think they needed to do it.
Yeah.
It doesn't really. I don't know. I mean, I just maybe
it doesn't add or take away from me.
Yeah,
it doesn't really do anything.
I don't know. I guess they hired some kid just for like one day for that shot. They didn't have. I guess they didn't want Nick Castle's face in the shot for whatever reason.
But I think he said he wanted somebody good looking, which is not a joke. He wanted him to have an angelic face, I think is what I heard.
Yeah. Interesting juxtaposition or whatever. Like, yeah. But, I don't know. I always just thought that was kind of weird. I think it's the only movie in this universe, you know, obviously not the zombie stuff, where they show his face that I can remember. I think it's the only time they've ever done it.
Well, part 5 kind of does, because that was like part of the advertising. I remember heavily. They're like, he's gonna be demasked or whatever.
Really? Was it just like in the shadows or something? Or
it mostly was, but my beef with it was that he was completely burned in part 2. Part 4 was covered in bandages. He was scarred so much.
Yeah.
Part 5, all gone.
Yeah.
It's like you could see part of his face. It's like, you're not burned at all.
That's one I haven't watched in quite a while because I don't like that one that much. But
no, I hate it. To me, it's the worst one.
Yeah, just don't like the look and the feel of it, and I like 4. All right,
this is so good.
Yeah, the aftershots,
so good. Backtracking, throughout the whole movie. So yeah,
like just something really horrible just happened right here, you know.
Loomis just staring off, like he noticed his body is gone. Then he looks up to the sky, like, did he go to heaven? I thought he was pure evil.
I guess Loomis said that he could play that moment 2 ways. This is how Carpenter describes it. That Loomis said he could play 2 ways. One, that he was surprised that he was gone, or he could play it as that's what he was expecting would happen, and that's, I guess, what they stuck with. They filmed it both ways, and he went with that, which I think, obviously he's just like, well, shocker, evil to never dies. So, dude, I seriously felt like, maybe. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say he probably should be happy as shit because he gets to continue his life's work of chasing Michael Myers, because that's seemingly all he does now.
Yeah, he's obsessed, right? I mean, this person came into his life and altered it, and he's obsessed. And I mean, if you can imagine, if you try that, if you met a child who was just like this most evil, the evil incarnate or something, that it would probably like consume your thoughts a little bit, especially if you're a psychologist of some sort, or and it, it's like the confrontation of evil, and I can imagine probably obsessing over that a little bit too, So you got a little bit of evil standing right in front of you, and you just, Oh
yeah, he's like
morbid curiosity.
Yeah, and it makes him the hero of his own story.
Yeah, exactly. Dude, that really felt like 30 minutes, not an hour and a half.
Oh yeah,
the movie just
so fast. Yeah. It's lightning. That's why I don't get when people say it's slow.
Yeah, you have to ask yourself what generation they're from. If they say that, but no, that's why this movie is such a fucking classic in its form, because it's just it's a perfect fucking scary movie, man. And it doesn't rely on a bunch of fucking gore effects, which stuff. I mean, I do like that stuff. Don't get me wrong, but it doesn't need it, and it's it just encapsulates fucking Halloween perfect.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think about Halloween 2, man? Like, I always thought that movie, it's good, and I guess it's a good follow-up movie. It's for something that they rushed and put together, but does not come close to this movie at all, I don't think.
No, it's a step down for sure. But where they get it right is that it's all on the same night, So it's a good, piece to the puzzle. And even though it was done years later, it fits together really well. I mean, they dropped the ball with a lot of the things, like just not really having Jamie Lee in the movie, and his motivations and stuff like that. But I really enjoy it. It's definitely not as good as this.
Yeah.
If this was a 5 out of 5, well, I would say if this was a 10 out of 10, I'd say that's a 9 out of 10.
Oh, okay. So you think pretty highly of it. I mean, it's definitely numbers 2, and if I was gonna like rank them, it would be number 2 for sure. I'm just saying, to me, it feels like here's some more shit that happens after. You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't really feel like its own movie in a sense that it really well thought out, well planned out kind of thing. Yeah.
No, it definitely has to be followed. It has to follow the first one. It can't stand on its own. And that to me is part in the fact that it takes place immediately after, which I love. I really love it when movies do that. I always have. Pick up immediately, and just keep going. Like, that's a true sequel.
Yeah, that's great, because you can, like, on Halloween night, you can watch 1 and 2 together perfectly. That they just, they just flow together really, really nicely. And I'm just saying, like, as its own movie is a weaker entry, but still, fucking a lot of fun. And it feels more almost like a Friday movie than it does Halloween. Just into,
at that point,
the hospital
it was
setting
starting
and all
to
that.
catch up.
Yeah, but
just trying to catch up with all the other slashers.
Yeah, I think they were just like. After this movie came out, and it was like critically panned at first, and then it caught on, and the fans were really into it, and I think they were saying that a lot of the critics like rewrote reviews for it when they rewatched it and started giving it a lot of praise, and so apparently like people started making like slashers like left and right, like copying the format of that Carpenter and Deborah like put down for this movie. And so I guess the financial backers of the movie were like, we need to make another one like right now. And so they put together 2 real quick. But what year did 2 come out? It must have been 80, right?
82. No, it was. I'm pretty sure it was 82. It was. It was years later.
Oh, really? Was that long
by
after?
then,
Okay.
Yeah, by then other slasher franchises had already started up and come out.
Right, Friday the 13th and all that. Yeah. Halloween 2, 81.
Oh, 81. I was close.
Yeah. Yeah, so not too long, but obviously, yeah, they had a little breathing room there, but there's obviously like absolutely no reason to rank this movie because it's a 5 out of 5, obviously, and if
I give it a 3. No, I'm kidding.
How dare you?
Yeah, it's definitely a 5.
How dare you?
Yeah.
No, man, it's a fucking great movie, and obviously it's like one of those movies I've been dying to do for the show for a while, and just been like waiting around for Halloween season to come around to get it done, and we did it, and it was fun, man. It was a good time.
It's a great time. And now Halloween is over. By the time you're listening to this, it's over. I
know. Hopefully, you're probably listening to this on Halloween because I'm going to post it on Halloween. We're a few days out from Halloween right now, but hopefully it's enhanced your Halloween experience in some way. Not just the movie, but the Halloween season, because obviously we're huge Halloween fans, and it's the best, man. This is the best time of the year as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, as long as you check your candy, because there is drugs and razor blades in there.
Drugs are cool, razor blades not so much, but...
drugs are cool. Pills are good.
Well, when you get older, you hope people put drugs in your bag.
Yeah, where are the drugs at?
All right, dude. Well, I'll let you go. I'm sure you got better things to do to hang out with the likes of me. So, once again, thanks again for hanging out. And
oh yeah, good times.
All right, man. Cheers.
Oh yeah. Later.
Rated R.